welcome to my character rigging for games module hand-in. My name is Dmitrij Gajosisnkas, student number 080049990. And basically this is my rig. Don't mind about the sword, it's just there for demonstration purposes. It's not really part of the model. Okay, let's start with the feet. For the feet I chose to do the triple IK foot rig because I think it allows more freedom for the animator to work with. As you can see, the main controller, which is located at the heel, is the main controller for the moving the actual foot. This little controller right there is the heel. This little controller controls the roll of the foot, and these two little controllers control the toe. Basically, they do pretty much the same thing. It just depends on what does the animator want. What kind of bend of the toes would he want in his animation? This controller controls the swivel of the knee. So just showing out that it works. Yeah. Okay then. Next, let's go to the spine. Oh, here you go. This one. Main waist control. Basically controls the waist and the position of the upper body in the world. So works with all the swirls and turns and whatnot. Okay, the spine. The spine was created with the spline IK, using the spline IK, created using a simple spline with spline IK control modifier added onto it, and then the bones were created and aligned within the spine. A few helpers were put into it so it would help with the flipping. And basically the spine is controlled with these three controllers: the lower spine, the bottom spine, I named it for some reason, middle, shall we call it. You can see and the top, which has a bit of control over the head as well. You can see that bone just flying about a bit, but that's fine. It doesn't really affect anything. Basically, the head is made from T-bones and a nub aligned to the nub of the spine. Basically what I did here is I created a controller on top of the head, shall we say, that allows the head to bend and rotate anywhere a person would want it to rotate. Was created with basically I use a few constraints on this. There's a constraint on the nub that's sorry, I forgot how it's called. Look at constraint. Here we go. The look at constraint is constrained to this controller, so anywhere it will be, the nub will be looking directly at it, and the bone is constrained to the nub. So yeah, that's how it works. So how to explain? The hand then. Um, Basically, the hand is quite the hard part to was a hard part to create, to rig, uh, because I wanted to give the virtual animator the ability to use the model quite freely. And I have these controllers for the clavicle bones, and the basic arm is controlled by this wrist controller. As you can see, uh, the wrist and the hand is the hand is controlled by the rotation of the wrist. Um, and as you can see, I've added a few twist bones. Uh, as you can see right here, these two are twist bones that were created by creating the same bone, copying the same bone that was already there, and aligning it inside of that bone, scaling it down, and a few constraints on that. That's why we have these weird blue lines. Those are look constraints, view, but how they show in the viewport. Uh, yeah, and for the fingers, I decided to create an attribute holder that is this circle object over here. Yeah, and I've decided to go for a complete control of the rig by each segment of the fingers being able to bend or rotate a bit to the sides. Uh, there we go. It's all down to the animator, and I thought that would be a very good freedom for the animator, shall we say. Hide by name. Here we go. This is the mesh I'm using. This is my own model that I've modeled for another module, the 3D modeling portfolio. This is obviously not the final result, but yeah, I've just done a little test animation. Well, I'm not a very good animator, but I've done a little animation that would show off the skinning of the this creature, shall we say. As you can see, the bending in the arms and the legs are quite good. It didn't really take me that long to fix them. The biggest problem was, I'd say, the area that is controlled by the spine. But I managed to fix that as well. I've made this into a few poses. That I'm just dragging the bar to show. Not really great, I know, not the great animator as I said. Just something to show off the model itself and the rig. There you go. Well, that's about it really. Can't really say much. basically. I used a lot of helpers in this for this module, for this rig. If I unhide everything, you can see there's a fair amount of helpers everywhere, even in the hand itself, in the wrist and the fingers. Mainly I use that for the bones not to stretch. Uh, yeah, that's about it. And this is my module. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.